accurate here tonight.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Paul George is out there with the Sar Thompson. And it's Duren in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Suns, the forwards, Allen and Durant. Then it's Bol. And it's Lee in at the shooting guard. And here we are, Greg, about a third of the way through the season. Is it too early to talk about MVP?
Some people debate that even before the season begins. I think we do have a front runner, but out of respect for the field, I'll keep that to myself.
Ivy against Lee. Here's George. The kick out to Cunningham. Shot clock at 5. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And the confidence growing from this young guard, Cunningham, dropping in the jumper.
Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Mike Budenholzer.
Coach said he knows the obstacles of playing against Paul George. He told me, you know he's going to have his fingerprints all over this game on offense and defense. Our goal will be to minimize how often we let him disrupt our game plan. We'll see how long they can keep George out of the picture. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially. Big man on the move. Look at Duren getting in there.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. KD a screen on Cunningham, and stolen by Ivy. And now the fast break. Ivy with the ball, and Durant sends it back.
Durant covering a lot of territory with his length.
Cunningham passes to Ivy. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor, and he has the man. And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. The Suns, number 1.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Suns have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Out to Lee. Shot to stop the run. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Thompson outside. Back to Cunningham. Duren the pass to Thompson. Clock at 6. Here's Ivy. And Ball sends it back.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Suns trail by 4. Covered by Cunningham. Lobbed up there for Durant. It's stolen by Duren. And now the Pistons fast break. Thompson, high post. He had 15 points last outing. Thompson sets the pick for Duren. And here's George for 3. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Detroit.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
Well, they've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
To the paint, out to Thompson, fires from deep. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Pass to KD. Allen outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Just 5 on the clock. Outside for KD. Lets it go with the 3. Drops in the tray.
And Durant, the purest shooters in the league.
Pistons leading by 4. Recent times have certainly been tough in Detroit. Break 14 wins last season, a franchise record low.
And Kevin, if you look, Detroit's last 5 seasons, 23 wins is the most they've had. So their fan base hungry for a winner in the Motor City.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. It is incredible that George is playing Brent at such a high level after his injury history is taken into account.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, one of the more horrific injuries in terms of the way it presented itself and what we saw Paul George go through. But this guy has not missed a beat. He continues to be really the most stable part of any organization that he's joined, and he's been in a few places. That has not affected the way that he's approached the game on both ends of the floor, and is certainly still one of the top 15 players in the game.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Here's George, and then George with the jam.
Paul George dunk contest, maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
Out to Lee, over Thompson. No good from Lee.
The shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. So for the Pistons, Stewart's checked in for Jalen Duren. Holland comes in for Thompson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Ivy. Schroeder, left side, pass to George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 11.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Started by Schroeder. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And with this score of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for them.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
Pass to Beasley. Stewart with the screen on Booker. Beasley for 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team.
And this is a matchup that can frustrate them as they came up empty in their 2 games against them last year.
Drills the three-pointer.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
Pass to Holland. Back to George. 5 on the clock. Over to the wing. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Misses the jumper. Phoenix has gone 4 of 6 from long range here early on. Guarded by Stewart. It's Martin on the wing. It's Martin on the wing. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Holland, the pass to Schroeder. 36 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Stewart, a screen for Beasley. Outside for George. Back to Stewart, and stolen by Booker. guarded by Schroeder. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. 8 points for him.
The only way he was getting to the hoop was to use the double clutch.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. The Suns on top, up by 1. After this break, we'll be back with the... And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Suns.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Pass to Stewart. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Stewart's got his first 3 points of the game.
And Stewart just preparing himself ahead of the catch to be in rhythm for that jumper.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Beasley is out there with Holland. Then it's Cade Cunningham. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Stewart in at the center, locking down the middle. The Suns have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Schroeder setting the pick for Cunningham. Over Lee. And it falls over the rim and in. Cunningham's got his second basket. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Outside for Martin. He's guarded by Schroeder. It's hauled in by Stewart. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. And now the incomparable David Aldridge has an update for us on Ausar Thompson. David, what's the news?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer of the Pistons gave us some information, and unfortunately, it sounds pretty serious. Right in the heart of the schedule, this is a major blow. Coaches are going to find out a lot about their team. Guys?
Good information, David. He's certainly been on our minds. Now, at least, great, we have a little more clarity.
Now they have the information they need to take the best course of action.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates and competing.
Durant's checked in for Phoenix. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Isaiah Stewart.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Schroeder, right side. Hollins kicks it over to Schroeder. Here's Holland. Nothing on the board. And that one is good by Beasley. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Phoenix has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. The wide open look for Durant. Sinks the three-pointer. And now it's a 3-point Suns lead.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3-ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
And it's Phoenix scoring again.
Oh, KD just filthy from the mid-range, unguardable most of the time.
Cunningham against Lee. Cunningham passes to Stewart. Schroeder dishes to Cunningham. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And the Pistons making a change here. Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Asar Thompson comes in for Holland. Paul George, he's checked in for Malik Beasley. And Ivy subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Buries it from three-point range.
And that's his second in this quarter, guys. He's made 3 so far this game and is showing no signs of slowing down.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
Phoenix leading by 3. Durant with a screen on Cunningham. Jacks up a 3. Rebound, Detroit. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Now, you can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
4 on the shot clock. Martin with it. George picks him up. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Jalen Duren, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win. Kevin?
Yeah, you know, it takes time, but nice to see his development. Some big news coming in from around the NBA. We welcome in our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's on the phone with the latest story. Shams?
Hey, Kevin. Today, the story about the Detroit Pistons and the trade with the Philadelphia 76ers. They're plugging in Paul George to this franchise, and with that, an enormous degree of versatility. With the ability to exploit advantages at 3 positions on the floor, this team just became a lot more dangerous. And George is an enforcer who also has increased his three-point shooting in the latter half of his career. He's going to be a good option when this team needs a bucket, and he can really help you win.
Thank you for the insight, Shams. Much appreciated. And then Durant with the jam.
It's basically pick your poison with Kevin Durant, especially in the screen and roll, an effective passer, and of course, a deadly shooter.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy. The Suns making a switch here. Bulls checked in. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Detroit. Now, here's Ivy. Not a lot of room. Left side, George. Duren the pass to George. Ivy with it. There's the lob to Duren. And stolen by Bolt. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Now it's a 5-point Suns lead.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Beasley kicks to Thompson. Pass to Duren. 5 to shoot. Beasley sets a screen for Ivy. Hits it from 3-point range. Ivy's got 6 points.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover.
Ivy defending. Outside for Durant. Rebounded by the Pistons.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
KD against George. Back to Ivy. Fires the 3. And Bull pulls it down. Phoenix has gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. inside Durant. The three. Beasley with the rebound. Ivy passes to George. And it's sent back by PD. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Here's Durant. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Suns lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Hey, I think PG-13 is going to be an outstanding addition. There isn't a team in the league that wouldn't be better off with this kind of two-way talent. High praise to the front office for getting the deal done and bringing a veteran superstar to their franchise.
Shifting focus, how about this tight game the Detroit Pistons find themselves in?
They're letting that team fire away from deep.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. The Pistons trailing. The forwards, Allen and Durant. Then there's Bull, and it's Lee in at the 2. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Here's Ivy. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
And one of the best guard finishers, Ivy, relentless when attacking the rim.
For Jaden Ivey, the offense, Brent, looks great. Defensively, though, there's a lot to improve on.
Well, sometimes as an individual defender, you can look worse because the team defense isn't there. And so there's been sort of this reflective quality about that. But for Jaden to take on or take the next step, certainly defensively, with all of that athletic ability, he could be elite on that end of the floor.
George against Allen. George passes to Duran. And Duran slams it in.
Knowing his role, paying dividends there for Duran.
Phoenix has gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. And the dunk by Bull.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. George finds Duran. And when you take a look at Jalen Duran, big man Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
And when it comes to Jalen Duran, Brent, is it fair to say some teams regret not drafting him?
Well, maybe a handful, Kevin. I mean, there's a particular way that you want to play or use that position with how you get out there offensively. Jalen is a proven big. This guy is physical and strong and can rebound and gives you a different presence on the inside.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Jalen Duran.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
He hits both from the stripe.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Pistons trail by 6. And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Already a lot of talk about who's going to take part in the three-point contest this season, and here's a look at the players most likely to make it.
And so many great shooters in the NBA these days, and these guys, quite frankly, the best of the best. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a scoring record broken in this year's competition.
He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
Back to Cunningham. The second chance effort. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Bulls got 4 rebounds now tonight. Ivy defending. Pass to Durant. Six to shoot. The Suns need to get a shot off. Nobody near Allen. Off target with his 3.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Cunningham passes to Thompson. Back to Cunningham. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
And Kate getting up that time.
And Mike Budenholzer is called a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Let's take a look at the Pistons. They're sitting 8th right now in the early going.
And right now for the Pistons, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Now, you just don't want to sit in the middle for too long. You either want to be competing against the top teams or starting to strategize where you can position yourself for a high lottery pick and maybe turn around your franchise's fortunes.
Rebounded by the Pistons. And when this game is done with, they'll be off to Los Angeles taking on the Lakers. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
And putting that powerful frame to use, Duren has no problem playing through contact.
Covered by Cunningham. Back to Durant. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pistons trail by 3. Thompson finds Cunningham. Lee against Ivy. Thompson a screen on Lee for the tie. The shot by Ivy, no good. Phoenix has gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Durant uses his size in close.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
Cunningham kicks to Thompson. Pass to Ivy. Goes up to the stripe. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists now tonight.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
KD a screen on Cunningham. Physical defense. And KD does not flinch.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Thompson a screen on Allen. And here's George for 3. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Just playing hard. George not letting up at all at the offensive end.
Covered by Cunningham. Pass to KD. And a wide open look for Lee. Again, Phoenix.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Now, here's George. 14 points for him. Thompson a screen on Allen. George against Allen. The 17-footer. That's no good. He is 5 of 11 shooting from the field for the game. Screen by Durant. Down low. Stolen by Thompson. George with the ball. He's picked up by Lee. Ivy, no one around him. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Ivy's got 15.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Durant, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
First personal foul.
Let's have a look at the league's top scorers for the past month. To say these guys have been hot is an understatement. Kevin Durant, 3rd.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Well, one of the most lethal players in the game. Durant loves being a nightmare to defend and winning these trips to the free throw line.
And the Pistons making a change here. Stewart's checked in for Durant. Holland comes in for Asar Thompson. Beasley's checked in for Jaden Ivey. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Cade Cunningham. Durant cleans it from distance. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Phoenix.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
The other part about tonight, you got to give credit to the coaching staff. They came in here with a great game plan, defensively locked in. They were ready for the sets. They jumped in passing lanes. They came away with steals. I mean, they anticipated just about everything.
Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
Connects from three-point range.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
It's Beasley on the wing. Pistons passing it around. Durant with the steal. There's 18 seconds left to play in the third. Here's the 3. And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's Holland. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. It could go. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Phoenix ahead, up by 12. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps.
So for the Pistons, Jalen Duren. He's checked in for Stewart. George comes in for Holland. And Ivey subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. On the floor for Detroit, the backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivey. George is out there with Malik Beasley. And it's Duren in at the 5 down low. Offensive rebound. Bol dishes to Durant. Second shot opportunity. The rebound by Ivey.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Jones, the pass to Durant. Nifty move. He lays it in. Durant's got 48.
One of those nights that Kevin Durant is just massive for his team. For my money, this guy's the best scoring forward of all time.
Bol against Duren. Now Ivey. Shot clock at 6. And Bol sends it back. Outside Durant. Over George. And another one falls.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Ivey finds Beasley. Outside, George. The 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Some changes for Phoenix. O'Neal comes in for Kevin Durant. And Grayson Allen subbed in for Jones. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Thompson, he's checked in for Beasley. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Mike Budenholzer had some advice for the team during the timeout. Now, he heaped praise on the defense. He said, the pressure's great. I love it. Keep making them make mistakes, guys. It's working. He thinks they're on the right track here. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Pistons ball.
Pistons trail by 15. Pass to Ivy. And Bull sends it back. And they're able to recover. Phoenix has gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Pistons shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Here's Cunningham. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
A good eye from the mid-range. It's part of what makes Cunningham so dangerous.
Suns leading by 13. .146 left in the fourth quarter. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Nice job capturing the moment on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Misses the 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Well, Phoenix shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Suns.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for KD.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Schroeder kicks to Stewart. Stewart, a screen for Beasley. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, Beasley, a capable guard at creating a lot of different offense.
The Pistons making a change here. Reed's checked in. Beasley hits them both. 52 seconds left to play in the final quarter. He's guarded by Schroeder. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
We loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. A nice shot by Reed.
Nice decision-making by Schroeder there with a terrific assist.
No question who's been in control of this game.
Boy, they have really taken charge here.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed